Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to be going over inputs inside of Python. Now as you can see, I have a table set up here, and yeah, we'll get started with this video. So start off this video. If I was to run this program right now with just this one line of code that is activated, you will see that it says what is your name, as it is printing this message. And then I can put in my inputs and put Tommy, enter, and now that ended the program. So basically what we are doing is we are taking an input, we are giving it a message, and then we are waiting for the input. And when you're doing a message, I recommend leaving a space. Otherwise, if I was to not have this space, here you can see that it's right next to it. So it's just better on my, well, I mean, I find it better having a space because you want it to be further away. Anyway, so what we are going to do today is we're going to show you a couple stuff, such as how to create something like this, which is where you are putting an input inside of a variable. So right, let's just get started, shall we? So with this input now is inside of a variable. So remember we were using variables last episode. So for this we have our name, and then what we are doing here is that we are giving the input inside of the variable. So what is happening right now is whatever answer I give to this input, it will now become the value of this name. So say I was to put inside of this input Tommy, right? What is your name? Tommy. Then instead of saying this, there would be no input. It would just be like saying name equals open brackets Tommy, right? So yeah, if we wanted to do that later, we could see down here, if we go print hello, and then you need a space, otherwise it'll be one word, and then you do plus the variable name. So you could do this inside. So if I was to do I could do this. So if I was to, I need to put these inside speech marks. If I was to do this, remember the space, I could do plus name plus, and whatever is connected to the string, it needs to have that plus between the variable and the string. So remember that. And also you close it off, you don't leave it open. If I was to leave it open, then that would be printing that as well. So you need to have it open. So now if I was to run this program, you can see it says what is your name, and I can put in Tommy, and it will say hello Tommy. See that? And then I'll also say hello Tommy with an exclamation mark after we did this. So that's something very cool with inputs. Okay, now we're going to be creating a short little game, which is actually a very cool game. And now what this game we are going to be creating today is one where it creates a poem for us, or if you wanted it to be a poem, I'm just going to make it so that it finishes the sentence. So as you can see here, we have our game here. So what we are doing is we are creating a variable. So remember, we're giving the variable name, so noun for this case, and then we're putting the input, and then we're putting the message that shows up, and this is give me a noun. And then we're doing another one, color. Sorry, I'm British, but yeah, input, and then we're doing the message. So it's the same thing. So it's the same thing basically, yeah. And then what we are doing is just like up here, we are doing the plus name, so, or the plus the variable. So we are now printing the message, the start of the poem, and then we are finishing it off with the input message that we got given. So Yes, so as I said before, whatever comes inside of this is now the value of this variable. So we can run this program right now and you can see what I'm talking about. So it prints give me a noun, which is the message that is inside. As you can see over here, give me a noun. And we can put wool, let's say. And then we can say give me a, so it says give me a color, which is the second input. And also remember that the inputs are going to go first, so whatever one you want to be first, you need to put that on top, because none of the code will run underneath until the input has been complete, until you give that input its input. It won't run what's underneath. So yes, so you can see give me a color, and I'll put blue, because who doesn't like the color blue. Now I did capital letters here, so it might look a little bit weird, but you can see if I click enter, it will print the beginning of these, and then it will do and then it'll add on the inputs that we put in. So once there was a bool, it was blue. So there's a very simple example of inputs in Python.